Abdul Salam, Abacha, Yaradua, and the other man again. It's about 6 of them or 7 of them. You, the Easterners, how many have you produced? Nothing. Even the Yoruba still tries more. Only one tribe. Now another tribe want to succeed his brother, and you say your turn never reach. When will your turn reach? This is the opportunity we have to sanitize Nigeria. Not just why we are saying all these things is that if Obi rule now, if Obi come into power now, we will have opportunity to sanitize Nigeria. But now they are saying his time never reached. They are waiting for Soludo. And a man just came to tell you, this is a person that said he want to unify Nigeria. In his own party, he has made only the Northerners to occupy the place. Campaign chairman, not. Party chairman, not. The president, not. Then he's coming to tell you, and you are waiting for Soludo until Soludo time will come. Who will now? What happened to Soludo tomorrow? Nobody knows. What if Soludo died? God forbid. I'm not wishing anybody to die. It is because Igbo people have not sat down. Please don't misquote me if I say Igbo people. I mean the elite. Because the ordinary Igbo people, they are united and they don't respect person based. Maybe you are rich. I know that one for sure. But when we are speaking of Igbo people, we are talking of the elite. This is the time now. Everybody have agreed. The 5 governors, the Southern. Are you hearing me? The Southern governors, they met and they said it is the turn of the South. Why would another person now come and crush the line? And you are not dancing to the do. You are among those who supported it. You are among those who went for that meeting. I wasn't there. So the problem we are having now is, I think everybody is hearing me.
Yes, round up, please.
Okay, the problem we are having now is that if we, all of us, could unite together, push forward these people who we are talking about, PVC and the rest of them, if we can push them forward, no matter what somebody does to ring the election, they will not succeed. But meanwhile, they are going to ring the election. That is for sure. They are going to ring the election. But what do we do now to make sure we prevent that one? That is going to be our primary goal now. Ringing is very, very sure. INEC is dancing to the tune now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I have a caller right here. Hello, caller. Good evening to you, Mr. Andrew. Please talk to us.
Hello?
Good evening to you, Mr. Andrew. We can hear you. Go ahead. Talk to us.
My brother, God will bless you. God will bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Mr. Andrew. I hear you, boss.
Go ahead. We hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. My first time of agree for what two Niger in this platform. This is my first time.
Okay.
To Niger today. From today on, I will start believing him. You see one thing. Let's just forget Igbo here. This is not Igbo. These people, Igbo people, billionaire, they call themselves billionaire. This time, we will bring them to shame. I'm from Edo State. I'm from Benin. This time, we will bring them to shame. Those are the people in poverty, the people in Igbo land. They don't want them to wise up. And the same thing that is happening in the north. The same thing, exactly the same thing. And the same thing Tinubu is doing in Lagos State. Lagos State is an Agbero land. And before Tinubu comes to power, there was no Agbero in Lagos State. But today, go and look at Lagos State that Tinubu built. It's an Agbero land. You can't go to Lagos. There's no way you can go to you can move your leg to in Lagos State that there's no Agbero. Today, I've been in Lagos since 2005 before I left that country. But today, go to Lagos. They are all in Agbero. Please, let's forget these people. The actor or actor Eze or whatever. We know them. We know them. Their problem is if this man come in, their problem is going to block their way. That is their fight. And we know. We know. We all know. Please, that is my contribution. They should stop all these things.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We shouldn't say, we shouldn't contribute to all those things again, please.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. All right. Yes. Thank you very much, everybody, for all your contributions. The next person now that will need to talk to us. Remember, we have the next segment here. So everybody should stick within the 5 minutes. Thank you. Amoye's Corner, please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Mr. Naija Watch, thank you very much again. Thanks to all the panelists and everyone in the comment section. So the first thing I want to say, Mr. Naija Watch, is please, when you were talking earlier, I heard you when you said your concern is that, they might not want Peter the Rock Obi to, get there. They might decide, to use the military. And to that, I say, we have to be ready in our minds, in our spirits, and in our soul. If that happens, then let's just divide and go our separate ways. That's what it is. Because if they try that, right now the sensibilities are high. They're not just going to have the military truncate something that the people of Nigeria have decided this is the change we want, and you just come and truncate. That means they are calling, because you have to understand there's agitation everywhere, every corner of Nigeria, every tribe. Now the ones where they loud, now they hear. There are agitations everywhere. If they try Nigeria go divide. No two ways about it. That means they are calling for the blood of Nigerians. That's what it is. So everybody should have that at the back of their minds. But I am an optimist, and I believe that Peter the Rock will win, and nothing like that will happen. Will it be difficult? Absolutely. It's an uphill battle. If you've ever gone on a trail, if you like to hike like I do, when you're going up the hill, you're almost out of breath. It could be like say you want die, because the hill is like very high and you have to walk, you have to climb, you have to walk it to the top of it. That's where we are right now. So we're feeling all the pain at every juncture, and every creepy crawly is coming out from Nigeria to come and talk rubbish and nonsense. I say this, most of the billionaires, 99.9% of the billionaires in Nigeria are visionless billionaires. They did not get their money the real way. They got their money through money laundering for the government. So let's state the facts clearly. Most of them don't work hard for the money where they get. So they don't have a vision. They are blind. They cannot cater for their people. They cannot come and solve the problem of malaria. Just put an end to malaria. Not one billionaire don't fit come and do anything. They not the gutter when they open up and down for Nigeria. Not one of them can say, let me take up the duty of fixing the drainage in Nigeria. That one a billionaire. I beg you, I say there is no rich person in Nigeria. Who they classify these people again? There is no billionaire in Nigeria. They are poor in spirit, poor in soul, poor physically. We should not be giving people title. Where's the effect? Where's the effect of the money? Where's the effect of the billionaire? When you have money, you're supposed to give back to your community, give back to your people, not be eat gluttony, eat for back, eat for front, eat for side, drive all the cars. Some of them inside the car, they bury them. I beg you, jam money fear, that will not be problem. Billionaire is sonu, 99.9%. May they go sit down for one. Who be Atoeze? Who he be? I don't even know the man. Who is he? His impact is not felt. You see, what I've discovered is with these our brothers and sisters from the East, the people that are giving them the bad name, that are making them look bad, are their so-called visionless billionaires and their political elites. It's very clear. The people on ground are not feeling the impact of the so-called billionaires. They are the ones crying. They are the ones suffering. These billionaires are covered. They can fly away anytime they want. Right? Now, I come to the lady that recently lost her life. There's no easy way to say it. It's just unfortunate. We have a corrupt system that has eaten so deep to its core. It canker worm don't take over. That's what we are seeing. You just, not for no reason, no rhyme, no reason. You just shoot someone. You just gun someone down with unborn children inside of her. What kind of society is that? You have succeeded in eliminating a generation. Hey, this is why I say, when I say, I don't know why any woman in Nigeria that is thinking correctly should not even be thinking of marrying or having children. I'm sorry. The men that should be standing up and defending, I don't want to go that way. May I just leave her for there. I feel very bad for the mother. Turns out she's an only child. An only child. When she suffer, he orange, take train. That one a billionaire. Not be all these billionaires is son, visionless, nothing to show for it. So I want us to stand and I want us to stand with our chests up and know that this Peter the Rock will be is what is going to solve, is what is going to come in and put common sense in place. Now, let me address to Nigeria's comment. To Nigeria, I hear you. Here you are again with numbers game. To Nigeria, until the problem in Nigeria is fixed. Again, make I even first start. Let me restart that again. To Nigeria is living in the 1600s. And he is anticipating in the 1600s, to Nigeria probably has 500 wives that are having multiple children for him. Untrained, uncatered for. He wants to replicate it in a society where you see the catastrophe. There are homeless orphans everywhere. IDP camps in a country, in their homeland, not be outside though, in their homeland. You keep talking about numbers. The numbers that we have, how have the people who have the resources been able to manage the manpower and the resources? We were here when you played the video where that man in Brekete family was saying, Brekete family, by the way, he says it's a human rights radio. I like the work the man is doing, and he's always fighting for the common man, for those that are suffering, that don't have a voice. So for that, I support him. Now, we played a video of that man that came and is telling us how much the countries that are involved in stealing our, common resources. Okay? Now, the same people that are coming to reveal the secrets to you, where were they? Where have they been? Now they talk. Wetin happen since? Wetin happen since? Because they're also part of the whole cabal. So what happened? Person upset them, somebody offended them. Let me they call they talk now. They talk. They talk everything. They confess everything. We need to keep our eye on the ball. You see, Peter Obi is not from this world. I'm very glad that the Igbo, so-called Igbo elites, as they call them, or cabals, they are separating themselves from him. They should. I'm very happy because that further proves that Peter Obi is a Nigerian candidate. He does not belong to any region. He does not. Anything that they put in his path to prevent him, it catapults him times 1 million. Every time they set up any sort of what's it called, wedge just to prevent him from getting there, it catapults him 100 times over. They should keep saying and they should keep doing. However way they say it, whichever angle they are coming from, Peter the Rock Obi will be. He's already president. Make I just put him. Let me just speak my own truth. This is my truth. Peter the Rock Obi is already president of Nigeria. Every other person should go and hug Transformer if there's one to hug, because we don't have enough. But whichever one that is nearest to you, hug it. Because you see this Peter the Rock Obi, he is and he will be. Then we go start to talk about the rest. That's all I have to say for now. I yield. In case I miss anything, Mr. Naija Watch, let me know so that I can add my 2 cents. Thank you.
No, you have not missed any.
Can I just take 30 seconds to respond to
No, you not the response.
Comment.
To Nigeria, see 1600.
Did you hear her say she's against numbers?
Hold on for dear.
This is our problem. How can you know? How can you be against numbers? When you give her facts, she say, "I'm leaving."
The numbers that you have right now, how effective have you used them? The numbers where
you need to respond. Please don't confuse us. Go ahead, my sister.
Because you have
the numbers that you have right now, how effective are you using them? How many poor people did you hear that there are over Nigeria now? We're clocking over 100 million poor people. How have you put them to use? How many work you give them? No, they talk about numbers, because guess what? Until you fix,
how can you not talk about numbers?
Oga, you cannot talk about. You have not earned that right to talk about numbers. Until you fix the problem, you don't have the right. Yes. And guess what? You should be in Nigeria fixing some of these problems. That's why I say you are still in the 1600. You never reach 2022. You see what you are trying to perpetrate? It will not happen. You will have to put yourself in a time machine.
You brought that debate here now.
And go and stay with your 100 wives when you marry. Not in 2022.
When the northern women are having 8 children,
is that the women should be having your saying that women
American
should be baby machine.
You are saying that women should be a baby machine because of your selfish and your archaic and backward way of receiving and thinking. Western women.
You are wrong in every way. When it comes to that, you are wrong.
That's a bit of a dissonance, really. You are arguing that we should copy Western women.
You are a dishonest man to Nigeria. You have not solved the problem of the population we have in Nigeria. The homeless people, children are suffering, women are suffering. You have not solved that.
We can have a debate here. Copycatting Western women that has been proven to be problematic for the African American community.
That is your problem. That is your problem. You keep copying. What have you provided to your women? What tools have you provided for your women to succeed? Stop being jealous and do the freaking work. Then you have a voice to talk about what women are doing. Are you afraid of women being successful? Is that your problem? That is your problem. You are threatened. Like I said, go back to 1600 and remain with your 500 wives and your accountable children. You are not going to perpetrate this backward mentality on our people. Women will continue to succeed whether you like it or not.
You have to deal with the maths.
To Nigeria, go and do your work as the man that you say you are. Go on the ground or in Nigeria, fight Boko Haram in the forest, fight the insurgency in every area in Nigeria. Then we can have a conversation. Until then, you have nothing to say when it comes to numbers, because you have not effectively used the numbers that we have.
All right.
We can have it.
Tunaja is okay. Most you respond. Thank you. We have a caller here. Please. All right. Mr. Andrew, you have only 1 minute. Talk to us quickly.
My brother, sorry, I just have to call you again.
Okay.
You know, Omo yes corner, she's so angry. Please. One thing I need you guys to understand is that, do you know, my passport and my family passport right now, my wife doesn't know where he is right now because of what I said. I said, if Obi does not win 2023, I will go to Nigeria and fight. I will go to Nigeria and fight.
Okay.
You know what she responded to me? Do you know what she responded to me? She said, Oni, you are not going anywhere. Where will you pass? But right now, since when she said that word, right now as I speak to you, my passport, my children's passport, and our passport,
all is missing.
All is missing.
Una the year now, una the year. We are not smiling.
If OP, I'm telling you right now, if OP, if they don't easily declare OP as a president to come 2023, I swear to God who made me, I will go back to Nigeria and fight for my country.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Thank you. We'll move on. Because of time, you see. All right. God. Let's move on to the next person, please. I'm just corner and to Nigeria. The door will set this platform on fire now. Mr. CM, talk to us, sir. Good evening to you.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Niger Watch, wherever you may be.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is where it happens. Actually, I had wanted to intervene earlier when there's a chap called Just For You was saying something. I think what I'm trying to say is that I believe in learning from people, and then when I say something, I want people to challenge me based on facts so that I can learn, or you quote me. You see, yesterday I spoke at length here about Ateze and the elites in general. Yet somebody will come here and still be saying he's pleading to Igbos to unite and then do all those things. You don't say that. If it's because of P2B, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Tomorrow Rochas Okorocha will speak and somebody will come here and then say Igbo elite does not exist. They do not exist. They are there for their own interest. Yesterday, I revealed to you people here that Atoeze has an oil block. I used the football pitch of FC Barcelona, as big as it is. That's what is called oil block. Within that oil block, you have about 30 oil wells, and you can drill one for about 10 years before you finish it, and you sell it in dollars. This is how the Fulani colonize you. Indirect rule as a system of colonial administration succeeded in Nigeria except in Igbo land because Igbos are Republican. We don't have monarchical system. We don't bow down to everybody unless you distinguish yourself. If you read things fall apart, that's why they say if a small boy washes his hands clean, he can dine with elders. In other words, if you achieve something that your people are proud of you, they give you a title. Things fall apart explains it. Now, because it is difficult for Fulani to continue to penetrate us, they are using people like this, like others. They give them, empower them, so they have money. They will use that money to be causing confusion. But the people they want to colonize are aware. Ndi Igbo are aware. That's why they say P2B or nothing. Here I said it again, and I'm saying it. I'll keep saying it. In the history of Igbo civilization, it's only 4 Igbo people that the Igbo man will stand up for without being begged. The most recent is P2B. I mentioned Ojukwu, I mentioned Sam Mbakwe, and Michael Okpara. These are the 4. All those ones, I don't know, it's people that are not Igbo that are promoting them. When you hear Ateze speak, you fidget. When you hear Ekweremadu went to Germany, he was beaten. And people are saying, hey, Igbos don't respect their elders. Look at people. We are laughing. You people don't know. You people should not promote them. I wish, and I keep saying it, I wish I had the money to disburse to Niger Watch. Go and conduct on-the-spot journalism investigation in the Southeast and hear what people will tell you about P2B. I once said it here that if it's possible for somebody to walk from Enugu down to Umuahia on foot, Obi will do it. Obi does not go with any bulletproof. At Onisha, he comes out and everybody helps him. There is no Igbo politician today, any politician of Igbo extraction, that can leave the Southeast, go to South and command crowd. You people know it. There is no politician that can go to Edo State and command what the Oba of Benin said, that your integrity goes before you. There is nobody. Yeah, people will come here and then start to tell me, it's a done deal. The only thing I keep saying, I speak in proverbs at times. P2B is Nigeria. The way you see Nigeria from Katsina down to from the Sahara to the Atlantic, imagine that geographical expression. P2B is the Nigeria's last chance to remain like that. The moment they do these shenanigans, maybe if they buy INEC, that's why I'm saying it's only INEC that can stop P2B. The moment they do it next year, Nigeria is gone. They know it. So you that is having oil well in Nembe and you collude to remove P2B, by the time the thing starts, you in Sultan or Sokoto or Emir, you will lose your oil in Nembe, oil well. So they know what the game they are playing. It's either they allow P2B get in and help the over 100 million Nigerians that are trapped in poverty line, or else they will lose their oil well. So they know the choice. They know the game they are playing. They know the game they are playing. If they want to use P2B and say, let us show this man sense that we have power, their power is gone. Then it is either they said, okay, let me lose my oil well, let Nigeria not be. Then that's okay. They play their game. But if they feel that they can retain that their oil well, let them allow P2B get. But when P2B gets in, eventually they are going to lose it. Because all this oil theft, this figure I'm hearing this night from Brekete family, is making me as if I'm going to run mental. Then you ask yourself, how much really is ASU asking for? That future generation will be at home for 9 months or 8 months. What does it mean? If you cannot educate your future generation, that lineage, that civilization is closed. How much is ASU asking for? Yet, the stealing has been going on. That's what you want. I mean, that's how you ask yourself. Somebody will ask you. I remember when my dad wasn't saying, look, my son, I'm going to borrow money no matter what, no matter how much. I want to see that you go to school. I said, but more. He said, no. He said, I want the debt, or when they come to arrest me, I said, look, I use it to pay my son's school fees. Meaning that if they can have faith, when you grow up after your certificate or whatever, you can pay it back. But if I tell the debtor that I use it to marry second wife to produce more children, or I use it to touch up pepper soup, he will look at you that you are irresponsible. So why can't Nigeria? It is better for somebody to say, look, we haven't got money, but I was able to borrow money from China to give to ASU so that our children can go back to school. Don't you know it makes sense? It makes sense, because they will say, oh, for us to go to school, the government has to borrow money to make sure lecturers pay us so that we can have the skill for future. If maybe in future we are not the generation that we pay back the money. It makes sense. That is what we are saying. So people should understand clearly what the issues are. When you come here to say something, make some research. That's why we came here. Exchange ideas. Let us make some research. All this nonsense there you are seeing happening now is because P2B is on the ascendancy, and they've seen it. For the first time in the history of Nigerian politics, a candidate came out without paying money. Up and down the country, people are rooting for him. Not really the politicians that are rooting for him, but the common people. P2B yesterday, if you see the picture on 25th, he told the people of Benue State, he said, if you are in your house today, I would have been in my own house. But because you people are here as a result of no fault of yours, I have to be here with you. And you see people, the way they are looking at him, tell me that says a lot about the type of leader you are going to get. Now, P2B is a rebelling against the old order. People want all this old order to remain, whereby as a young man, you get up, you go to the likes of Ateza and prostrate before he gives you a letter. You go to Abuja and get a job, and I have all you well, I can give you this. What sort of why must, okay, even if that is the practice, where has he led us? Poverty capital of the world, more than 130 million in poverty. By the time you get to February, before P2B gets in, by the grace of God, it will get to 150. If people are not careful, because Nigerians are dropping into poverty bracket every minute. Yet people will come and then you don't want to sort of reason very well. In fact, my prayer is I wish this election is today, tomorrow P2B gets in, so that this suffering, we now know that the hope has started. I know there are a lot of things placed in his way, but by the grace of God, he will surmount it. The voice of people, they say, vox populi, vox Dei. The voice of people is the voice of God. So people should not come and be entertaining maybe if one bandit Because when you have Tinubu in Lagos, you also have them in Igbo land. They are parading, carrying money up and down. Somebody will tell you in 2015, let's leave Goodluck Jonathan. Let us vote for Fulani so that they will do their 8 years. 2023, it will be Igbo stuff. And today they are telling you again that it's Atiku. It's Atiku Igbo man. It's Tinubu Igbo man. So that is, we know this trick, but people that are not Igbos do not understand. They will always say that when something, Igbo people, it's a lie. If there is anybody that anytime that the Igbos have been united is during the Civil War, and then now that P2B want to get in. You may doubt it, but come and hear what people are saying. They are saying, I wish they'd let this man, because they knew him. P2B is even that he has been tried. People talk about him. Somebody who is not the cleanest politician ever since 1990. He's very clean. Otherwise, they could have used the FCC to rope him in. But nothing. Internationally, nationally, he's so clean. So why can't people feel free to support him? The people of Benue State, the Middle Belt, the Southwest, they are not making a mistake. The South, are they making a mistake? Even if Indigo reject him, are these people don't you know they saw something in him? Of course, Indigo can never reject P2B. He's the best we've got. That's why we are putting the best foot forward. If they rig him out, then that is bye-bye to oil well, because they know it. And that is bye-bye to Nigeria. But I know they dare not try it. Because if they try it, look at where Ekweremadu is now. Thank you.
Thank you, CM. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right. We have 2 to go before our next topic. ECBD, good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us. What's your take?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Ninjawat, the panelists, everyone listening, people in the comment section.
Thank you, sir.
Well, yeah, you see this Atoeze of a person, I don't know that we will still, but it still is okay. We need to, the Bible says we should not be ignorant of the devil's devices. So sometimes it's good to address these issues so that people will be aware. But one thing I will also say is that all these people, I don't know, we have tried several times to explain, but I'm sure also some people know. All these people don't have um, any history to back their, this kind of statement they are making. People have never listened to them. Even if you check the track record of Altoise, people don't listen. Igbo people don't listen to all these people. Omoye said something about she don't even know what Altoise is. Yeah, there are billionaires, several billionaires you've never heard of. They are all from the East. Billionaires in dollars. And that's because of how our people are. We don't give these people the clout that, not to mention any tribe, but the clout that some other, tribe will give to their own billionaires. There are people like Emeka Ofo, what's the name? Cosmos Maduka, all those people, they are billionaires in dollars. So what I'm trying to say is this: we have shown time and time again that these people, they are only relevant for their, among themselves, among that elite. So when it comes to voting, obviously we are not going to listen to him. The people of Igbo people have always shown that they have their own mind. They don't trust most of, over 90% of the political elite. So there's no point. I don't know if you people even know that at some point Buhari wanted to campaign with an Igbo man. He campaigned with an Igbo. It wasn't, is it Okadibo who? Then another time, the people rejected that, not the political elite. Even the Atoise himself, why will anyone listen to him when he said it clearly in 2015 that in that same place where they had that meeting now, he said it there that Buhari told him that he's going to hand over to Omai. So what happened now? Is it not Senate President Umahi is trying to see if they will give to him if the APC wins, which we know that Peter Obi is the one that will win. So my point is this: these people don't determine anything, especially in Igbo land. So I don't know why we are even worried about Atoeze. He has money. He has been giving out a lot of money. I saw somewhere where they wrote he has given out over $100 million to PDP. I don't know if it's this time or maybe it's an accumulation of all the money has been given. I don't know. And some politicians in the East. So he has done some philanthropic work, to be honest. That's why there was a time he had this issue with, is it Andy Uba? And the youths came out and defended him that they turned against Andy Uba, that what has Andy Uba done for them? But we are able to separate that kind of philanthropy, whatever it is, with when it comes to making choice of who will lead the people. So there's no need to waste our time on Atoeze and everyone like him, you know. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Isevidi. Thank you, sir. Okay, the last person that needs to talk to us here, although you're supposed to talk to us since your internet has been logging you off. F. Emmanuel, good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
Hello, good afternoon from here, Texas. I'm calling from the United States of America. Sorry, I've been having issue with my network.
I noticed, yeah. But go ahead, talk to us.
Okay, first of all, I just want to encourage you because there was a specific statement you made when you started early today that you were skeptical about Obi winning, that probably they will have to send military and order to take over and all that. I just want to encourage you, first of all, God has sent Obi in this time. If God wants to deliver a nation, he look for a man, just a man. Mm-hmm. No matter how deteriorated the nation is, he just look for a single man to be a deliverer of that nation. And that is Obi. I also want to encourage you, fear not. When God is in charge, he said, fear not. Say, I will be with you. Even though you pass through the fire, it will not kindle you. Even though you pass through the water, it will not overflow you. So relax. Obi is God's sent. I want to back that in the back of your mind. And every obedient supporter.
Thank you.
I want to encourage every one of us. Please, we have scripture that say they will surely gather. Mark my word, surely that's what the scriptures say. Surely there will be gathering. All those acts of Eze and the likes, Soludo and the likes. I guarantee you the gathering is sacrosanct. But Isaiah says something. Who has believed our report, and to whom the arm of the Lord is revealed? So relax. God has sent this Obi in the right time as a deliverer. It's not just about the west, east, south, or whatever. This is Nigerian time. We have suffered enough. The children of Israel have suffered enough for over 400 years in captivity. A day came and they were delivered. So the time for Nigeria to be delivered is now. And the only person that God is using is Obi. I want to tell you something. God does not bring deliverance in vacuum. He look for a contact. And the contact person is Peter Obi. Let me tell you something. In one passage of scripture that I read this morning, he said, Matthew chapter 16, verse 18, he says something. He said, and I say unto thee, you, thou art Peter. Upon this rock, I will build my church. And the gates, look at that word, gates, not singular. plural. Gates of hell shall not prevail against it. The gates we are looking at right now is the gates of PDP, the gates of APC, the gates of even Igbos that are supposed to be ordinary supporters of Obi. These are gates that are trying to fight against the purpose of God. But I want to assure you, when God said the gates of hell shall not prevail, Mr. Niger, just go and sleep. All you will need to do is to sensitize our people, get your PVC. It doesn't matter the noise they're making. God is in charge. This is the time. And when the time comes, I'm telling you, all these things will be a story. So they will surely gather, but they will not stand. Gathering, we cannot gathering, but they will not stand. Action against Obi success shall prosper, and they will scatter. Relax. So I'm just calling this morning to encourage everyone in this obedience. Keep on the road of faith. Let's fight the fight of faith, and let's stand and see the end result. God is in charge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you for your contributions so far. Thank you. Thank you. We're moving on to the next segment so we can round up with that. Meanwhile, let me quickly acknowledge those that have super chatted us. I wonder, people don't buy me water since I heard the look. They look from afar like this. Okay, no wala. That's okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the super chat. I so much appreciate this. Thank you. Thank you. Stepan Sat, I saw that. Your super chat as well. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. And I saw Jaja, thank you very much as well for your super chat. God bless you. Thank you. And God bless all of you now. And Dr. Gomez, I guess, yes. Dr. Gomez, yes. Thank you very much, sir. God bless every one of you. Thank you for your support, your encouragement. We appreciate this a lot. Trust me. You know, it's a great boost for us. Remember, we go extra miles to do what we're doing here every day. You know, yeah. Well, we're grateful. Okay, let me quickly pick a call here before we move on. But Victor, thanks for calling us. You only have 1 minute to talk on this. We are moving on now. Only 1 minute. Talk to us, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, all the guys that have been speaking, and then most especially, I want to thank the last female speaker. What's her name? Omo, is it Omoye?
Omo, yes, Connor, yeah.
Omoye, God will bless you. God will multiply you.
Amen.
Your passion for the truth will take you to where you will not believe it. And I want to thank CY too. God will bless you. And to others that have stand the ground of truth, God will bless all of you. Look, Mr. CY has spoken it. If they think they can rig the election, let them go ahead. They will lose all that they have worked for all through their lifetime, and their generation will never step a hand on it. They know that Nigeria need a man that will change things, and they know it's Peter Obi. If you want to bring the two thieves into the show, like you are just joking. Tinubu is not in this picture. Even Atiku is not even in this. I'm not seeing two of them. The only person I'm seeing is Obi. Obi will stand the test of time, and Obi will remember. This is a fight between Obi is going through all those churches, and remember the churches have declared. If you know the amount of Christians we have in Nigeria, they shouldn't be speaking all this rubbish they are saying. The Christians have declared their mind to vote Peter Obi. The Christian is more than 65% in Nigeria. So I don't know what these people are talking.
Okay.
Obi or not, Obi Rock will be the next president of Nigeria, whether they like it or not.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Okay, we have another caller here. Ginger Breadman, thanks for calling in. Good evening to you. You have 1 minute. Just go straight to the point. 1 minute.
Yes, thank you, Niger Watch. You're doing a great job. My fellow Nigerians, please listen to my submission. As a clinical psychologist, what the elites are playing right now is a psychological warfare on the gullible Nigerians who are still on the fence. They know that the government of Peter Obi and the Labour Party at large is going to be on their jugular, and they are not going to be able to perpetrate the one-sided, form of running the country, whereby the resources of the nation are only being, used by a few. So that is why, as you see that we draw closer to February, they are all coming out. Even those ones that appear to be silent, they are all speaking out and trying to make their last move. When you are trying to kill a goat, you notice that as you cut that goat's throat, it will start shaking and fighting, and that's what is happening. Be resilient. Don't listen to all this propaganda. What Mr. CM has said is exactly the interpretation of the people of the Eastern Nigeria, and I want you to collect your PVC and go and cast your votes. Thank you.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you very much, my people. For me, I don't believe in these people in the name of leaders or elders. Many of them are the reason why we are suffering today in Nigeria. This is one of the things that Mr. John was saying the other day, and he was attacked. Although he didn't go about it well, if he did not generalize, it would have been fine. Because trust me, many of the elders that we have in Nigeria, we are respecting, giving them so much respect. They are part of the problems that we are facing today. We must change it. We got to change it. We can't continue like this, to be honest. Even with those of us that live abroad, look at the suffering we all are passing through. We are in cold right now. Everybody is inside the cold. Those that have to work will pass through the cold and go to work and come back home again. We're not really doing much. We work and work and work. If you manage to build a house back home, your family member will be using the house. Because you can't really go home and spend time there because of the insecurity and you don't want to die. So literally, it looks like you are laboring in vain. And I forbid that. We shouldn't labor in vain. Because if you check it, you build a house, a multi-millionaire house, a minimum of 20 million above, and your brothers, your family member will be living there. And you are here, you are still inside the cold. They are enjoying the fruit of your labor. If you manage to visit home within a week or 2, 3, you are running back again to your base. America, UK, any part. You are running back because you don't want to be kidnapped. You don't want to be killed. No security. Nothing is working. So this is why I'm always saying that. For some of us who think, yeah, they are abroad, they not concern me, concern you. Because what I'm saying right now is what many of us are facing. We are only pretending. We are suffering at the same time smiling. Check yourself. If you live abroad, check yourself. Ask yourself this question. What I'm saying now, you are in abroad, fine. But you are suffering, you are smiling. That's just it. I'm telling you. Since I came back from Nigeria, I can count how many places I've been. That's it. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. Wake up in the morning, eat, go to work. If you are one of those that is working, come back, eat, sleep. Wake up, go to work, come back, eat, sleep. Especially this cold. If you are even invited for any kind of occasion, you won't go. Because the cold is too much. Then you not send your money home and gift somebody 5,000 naira. They'll be telling you that, oh, now just 5,000 naira now is sent for me for Christmas. So you give somebody 20,000 naira. Oh, now just 20K just sent for me. Why they look me safe? Because many of them are in beer parlor. Once weekend comes like this, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday they are in beer parlor. Saturday they are in beer parlor or parties or weddings. Sunday they are in a live band. I'm telling you, they're in a live band where they are playing.
Mr. Naija, sorry, what you said now is like you spoke my mind. You will see some people doing petty business. You say, look, oh, my brother, this thing now only 2,000 naira and I be my gain inside. Then you are abroad. You are abroad. You count 20,000, 50,000 dash. He said nothing. But he can struggle. He dey struggle morning till night for 2,000 gain. But you give him 50 without doing anything. You don't go value him.
Exactly.
That is the thing.
I won't value it. So the reason why I'm saying this is still affiliated with the situation that we're talking about here. It means those of you who categorize yourself that you are not part of this situation. Oga, madam, you are part of it. I mean, they tell you, you are part of it. You are part of the suffering. Directly or indirectly, you are. Everybody is in. The people back home are more vulnerable because they can be caught, killed, raped, maltreated. Yes, that's the only part that I can say, okay, to differentiate both the people back home and those of us that live abroad. But indirectly, you're still part of it because they catch your mama now. They say, you go bring 30 million naira. You go run, go find money now. Because they catch your mama. When she was coming from market, they say they kidnap her. Or your papa, they come from work, or just the stroll, or you want to go see a friend from the next street, they kidnap him. They go concern you. They catch your pikin where you live for home and you are here suffering inside the cold. So let's stop deceiving ourselves. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. The suffering is affecting every one of us. We can't continue like this, my people. You can't. It's too expensive to live in Nigeria. It's very, very expensive. I'm talking about us that lives abroad. If you go back home for a visit or you want to live there for a while, it's very expensive. Because there's no way you can reduce yourself, succumb yourself to the same way of these people, the way they are living. So obviously you want to provide everything for yourself. It's extremely expensive. In most cases, you spend about between 1 million or 2 million naira every month. Yes, this is just the truth. Even then, not be now where they say everything don't increase. So I'm telling you, between 1 million to 2 million naira every single month, every 30 days. Do we supposed to be spending that? Convert that 2 million naira or 1 million naira back to your currency where you live now. Do we supposed to be spending that much in a month? That's suffering. Is that not the suffering I'm saying? That means you are poor, but you are being deceived by the figure you have in your account that you are rich. You are poor. You are poor. You pay for everything to get your comfort in Nigeria, where we have a government. Please, let's vote Peter Obi. Is our last hope. I'm telling you, if we miss this, God, this opportunity now will come again. And I bet you, God forbid again for the third time. If we miss this, even though Peter Obi come out again after 4 years, right? Whoever that win from these two satanic parties, even though Peter Obi come out again after 4 years, the same crowd you are seeing now will not believe in him anymore. Because Nigerians, we are easily carried away. You also say, you have to pack their head, go one corner. Everybody. So we got to do it now. If you cannot win it now, you will not win it anymore. I'm telling you. Thank you, my people. Yes. Dan Orbih, if he's the national chairman or the national deputy chairman of PDP, was confessing yesterday, confessing how, because Governor Obaseki in Edo State lied to Edo people, that he paid so much for him to be accepted into PDP. You guys remember that he was pursued by Oshiomhole, from APC. He was denied the ticket to come back in second term in office. So because of that, he doesn't have no choice than to move out of APC to PDP in a last-minute decision. There was someone already there in PDP as their governorship candidates, which his name was Ogbeide Ihama. He was the person that's supposed to come out for the PDP. When Governor Obaseki moved out of APC to PDP, that man Mr. Ogbeide Ihama have to step down. So there was a lot of speculation going on at that particular time that the governor of Edo State pays so much amount, including myself. Information reached me at that time, but the sanctity of the information could not be verified or ascertained. That he pays so much amount for him to be accepted in PDP. In fact, he did not just pay for himself, he also paid for his deputy to be accepted at the same time. It means moving from APC to PDP, you are going to be accepted as the governor, and the choosing deputy governor that you brought will also be accepted. In two conditions. One, you will be accepted as the governor candidate in PDP. We will give you a deputy governor. Governor Obaseki allegedly then said, no, I want my deputy to come with me. Another fine was given to him. The figure at that time was about between 18 to 22 million, between 18 to 22 billion naira. Between the governor and the deputy governor to cross from APC to PDP. Governor Obaseki could not deny that, but he have one or two videos where he has said that, yes, he pays so much to get to where he is today. And many of his fake, satanic followers, or rather his close associates, his cabinets, they've came out writing on their various social media saying that the governor of Edo State, you all are accusing him. He doesn't respect this. He doesn't respect Wike. He doesn't respect Danobi. He doesn't do he paid his way in. They responded at that time. How do you expect somebody that paid his way in to respect you? Because you have sold. It's just like you selling your bet right now. When a politician gives you 5,000 naira, you vote for them, you sold your future. So we addressed this long time ago. Although during that time, everywhere it was circulating everywhere. There not be no come out, come talk, say, no, you not give me money, or you give me money. We cannot come out and say, you not give me money, or you give me money. Many of them, the satanic PDP, now they came out. Yes, they have been confessing for the past 48 hours. They are confessing. Now that Danobi said, Obaseki did not give me any money. Obaseki came. Like they are talking to fools. Election is already around the corner again. They are talking to fools. Obaseki just came. We just accepted him. Then he became a governor with his deputy governor. What is it called? Ogbeide Ihama, now stay back, lay back. Okay, Governor Obaseki, no problem. I love you. Take my position. Oh, the person that's supposed to be the deputy governor, because listen, who will be the governor next 5 years? These satanic people, they don't already know. At the end of the day, they are saying now that, oh, even Philip Chaibu paid Governor Obaseki at that time. Because at this particular moment now, Governor Obaseki must come out to address it. They said the Edo State governor collected $300,000 from the deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Chaibu, to add to his own money, which he gave to the PDP. Which he gave to PDP for him to be accepted. At the end of the day, Philip Chaibu paid that $300,000, but the $300,000, according to the information we are hearing right now, ended up with Governor Obaseki. Governor Obaseki did not transmit it. Are you people getting this? It means who they do each other 419 now. Governor Obaseki do Philip Chaibu 419, or Governor Obaseki do the Danobi 419, or the Danobi is playing politics with the whole situation right now. Question that we all need to answer. This is one of the things we are going to talk about right now. Before we move on, let me put that right there. 1 minute. Let me quickly read through on here. Everybody can read with me. Then I'm going to play a video where they were confessing. Don't worry. I'll play the video. I just want to remove everything from the screen. Let me go for a break quickly.
Nigeria, the man that will lead us to victory from 2023. For president, for
All right. Yes, we are back now. Thank you very much, my people. According to what we have here, I'm going to read from here, whatever that is there, before we play the confession video. One moment, my people. Let me see if I can. I'm just trying to get it. Please give me a minute to quickly do this for you. Help us to share this broadcast and like the broadcast as well. Do us that favor. Let's do this together. 1 minute. Okay. All right, I got it. It's a breaking news. Chief Dan Orbih finally breaks silence on Edo PDP crisis as the 2023 general elections approaches. At this annual Edo PDP Christmas New Year party in his country home of Ogbona in Aushi, the national vice chairman of PDP finally revealed, one, PDP national set up a reconciliation committee headed by Governor Autumn with other governors as members. Agreement were reached. Two, that Edo South senatorial ticket was agreed by national of the party that Honorable Ogbeide Ihama will get it as agreed in 2020 as compensation for his step down to allow Governor Obaseki get PDP governorship ticket at no cost, while Legacy Group takes the other Senate ticket and Obaseki's group take the third one. 4, Governor Obaseki Group take 13 number House of Assembly ticket and Chief Dan Orbih Group to take 11. Chief Orbih and his group agreed in the interest of peace. Deputy Governor Philip Chaibu comes back to say Governor Obaseki now wants 14 House of Assembly seats. Chief Dan Orbih and his team agreed to ensure togetherness. 4, suddenly, Deputy Governor Philip Chaibu comes back to say his boss, Governor Obaseki, says he wants 24 House of Assembly tickets. At this point, it was apparent that Governor Obaseki really wanted no settlement in Edo PDP. That Deputy Governor Philip Chaibu had said Governor Obaseki demanded $300,000 from him to take up funds to settle Honorable Ogbeide Ihama for the governorship ticket, which he gave his boss, Governor Obaseki, only to discover that no penny was given to Honorable Ogbeide Ihama. Neither did he demand a dime for stepping down for Governor Obaseki. Now, the truth is revealed for Edo people to be the judge ahead of 2023 presidential general election. Okay, now, my big question with all this now, why now? Why are they bringing all this now? What is happening? What is their mission? Because these people can never be trusted. Why are they doing this now on this particular time? Who is lying? Who is deceiving the people amongst all of them? Meanwhile, I have a response here, the reaction. Kelly in Nogega says, no hope for you guys. PDP has failed. Dan, come and join LP party because no hope for APA and PDP in 2023. I thought you wanted to say APC. Whether you people confess or not, LP party is a goal for 2023. Okay? Yes. Now, I'd like us to hear how Dan Orbih was confessing. Let's listen here. We're also going to hear how Ogbeide Ihama was confessing. The only confession that we don't have for you right now is from Obaseki. Now, no say get when they do your slow motion thing. You know, the quick respond to things like this. So we'll go the wait me confess as well. But meanwhile, let's listen to Dan Orbih. Set up by the party. A committee was set up by the party. A committee was set up by the party comprising Okowa, the governor of Delta State, who today is the vice presidential candidate, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi, Darus, and Otto. Otto was the chairman of that committee. We met in the early hours of the morning. We came out of that meeting feeling that we have addressed the issues in Edo State. It was decided, even though it was not fair to me and those Obaseki met in this party, they said Obaseki should produce 13 members of the House of Assembly. The legacy PDP should produce 11 members. The senatorial candidate of Edo South was agreed by the party at the national level that it will be given to Ogbeide Ihama. So the remaining two should be given, one to legacy, one to Obaseki. National House of Representatives candidates, 5 to legacy PDP, 4 to Obaseki. We agreed, we came out of that meeting, we shook hands, and we were celebrating the resolution of the problem in Edo State. After that meeting, it was agreed that we should come to Benin. I took a flight to Benin. The governor came to Benin. The deputy governor came to Benin. And I must say at that meeting, for the first time, God gave me an opportunity to look at Governor Obaseki in the face and I challenge him. I've heard stories that you said you bought the ticket of PDP. Did we exchange hands? Did money exchange hands between us and yourself? You're coming to PDP? I say your deputy governors, Finishai, was seated here, told me that you asked him to contribute $300,000 to settling the issue of your money to PDP. I say, Finishai said he gave you $300,000 to add to the money to give to Ogbeide Ihama and myself. I said, Governor Obaseki, can you tell us in this gathering whether you gave 1 kobo to me or Ogbeide Ihama? He said he did not give us money. And he did not tell any person to give us money. I said, Philip, you are seated there. Did you not tell us that you gave 300,000 to Obaseki to add to the money to settle the ticket for PDP? He said he settled in the presence of Obaseki. And the other governors look at themselves, they shook their heads. All right, that was this part of the confession from Dan Orbih. We are still waiting for more because they are going to continue to counter themselves. But meanwhile, Ogbeide Ihama also has something to say here.
There is nothing that was not said about me for the sacrifice. But I knew that even Jesus Christ that died for our sin. So when people say from beer parlor to beer parlor, I want you only $2 million, I want you only $3 million. There is no other place. This is the leadership of Edo South. This is my opportunity to address you people. I did not take 1 naira. But did I listen to you people? Yes. Did I listen to when he stepped down? Imam was only caught today. Imam Lega Stadium. Ina Babina Ziwanso. Ipo Sanoji in money, I saw a stadium. They were all crying. I stood by the party as a party man. I stood by the governor as our sole candidate. I wonder, what have I done? That's the question. Election Ore talk about Anna. Anna Amutiana Mugore Nayas for campaign. Am I amigo? Egehia? Am I amigo? Chairman.
All right, I'm going to stop that video right there. Is the confession is still going on there? We're going to continue to update you guys. And my question now: why is the confession coming out now? And I don't know. I don't know what is happening. To be honest, I don't really have much to say about this, but it's good that we bring it up to let you guys know that this is what is currently going on within these people at this particular time. Let me quickly play a video how our new DG came on yesterday. Then we take both of these videos together at the same time.
The presidential candidate too, for the past 2 months, has been very, very anxious of having this engagement with other candidates of the party. But because of the tight schedule, we've not been able to agree and have this opportunity to have this engagement. And so he decided to avail himself of this opportunity to have this engagement with all the candidates of the party, the PCC coordinators, as well as the party chairman. And so this is essentially the reasons why we have called for this meeting. I want to apologize to you for your comfort zones at this point in time. But I must say that, having said this, that no sacrifices is too much to be made for your country, that the population of our people are suffering. There is suffering in the land, and therefore there is no sacrifices that is too much for us to make in order to rescue the country. And therefore I apologize for pulling you out of your comfort zone at this point in time. Having said all of this as a way of preambles, regretted because we will be losing his weight of experience. But
let's hear from Mr. Peter Obi. The talk was just getting too much. Let's see.
Nigerians, because of this.
A day after perfect peace.
Thank you. Party, let me stand and hold you and it's a simple cause. Chairman, thank you for them. Have paid a high price
because of this person. And because of they are trying to build a better Nigeria. Over this period, I have been traveling. I was in various states, visiting few people in difficult position, in IDPs. And like I will always say, if Nigerians are in camp, if Nigerians are made to leave their home and live in IDP camp, then Nigeria as a country is in IDP camp. Because those are Nigerians that should be at home. The purpose of government is to care for its citizens. And the first line of care of its citizens is the less privileged. Government takes care of less privileged people. I've said it repeatedly. My commitment is to ensure that every Nigerian wakes up and feel proud of being a Nigerian and not leaving his home to live in IDP camp. So I thank all of you that are here. I'm sure we'll have opportunity of interacting. Thank you for honoring the invitation. I'm sure we're going to have a couple of these probably before election. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
All right, that was the meeting where they announced the new Labour Party DG. So his name is it's difficult for me to to pronounce. Let me see if
Oshun Toku.
Yes, Oshun Toku. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, my people. I would like us to talk on this. Let's talk on this. We have to stop that video right there. The two videos that we've played now is the last videos we're going to be having this evening. So I would like us to start with okay. I want to start with Margarita for a reason. Margarita, let me start with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm honored. Okay. For Dan Orbih, Obaseki, Filishaibu, and Ogbeide Ihama's issue, I'll categorize it into three parts: past, present, and future. I would say that for the past, I think this is quite upsetting to supporters, non-supporters, and people who care about Edo State. Is because I think a lot of people are upset because people have realized that they were lied to. They realized that they were deceived by these so-called factions. They were used as pawns for selfish ambitions. Pawns, as in PAWN, not PORN, for their selfish ambitions. That is our reality from the past. Present, what is our reality? There's so many reasons why people are upset. There's so many reasons. I am not going to gloat. I am not going to gloat that I told you guys so, or this is what I think these people were doing. I am not going to do that. You know what? It's not benefiting me. It's not benefiting you, and it's not benefiting Edo State. So gloating now or trying to say, "Oh, I told you so," is unnecessary at this point, because we're all feeling the pain regardless. What is happening in the present? Edo people, unfortunately, or rather I'll say 90% of Edo people, because I'm Edo and I'm not afraid of Governor Obaseki or his administration. I would say some Edo people, they have been enveloped in fear of asking questions, because they don't want to be intimidated. They don't want to be dealing with they don't want to be intimidated with, oh, what is your C of O, or your property being demolished. Even the so-called political elites, they're all silent. Governor Obaseki has succeeded in creating this aura of fear, even amongst the opposition. So, and another thing is that there's an unexplained, people cannot even listen to any accountability in how the state funds are being used. Those state people have been ignored. They've been gaslighted. It's like use and dump, basically. Those state people have been used and dumped. That is our present situation, amongst other things. Like I said, I'm not going to gloat and start listing. I think 2 days ago, Nigeria Watch, when we were talking about the achievements, anybody should go back on Nigeria Watch and watch those videos. I think it's 2 or 3 days ago. I think Leftis was in that show.
Yeah.
People should watch that. We listed some achievements of Governor Obaseki's administration. And then now the future. What is the future? The future is, what have Edo people learned about all these shenanigans, this back and forth bickering amongst the political class? What changes have we decided to make so that we don't fall into this abyss of bickering among political class? Edo State youth being divided as they are till date. What are we going to do now to change the narrative 2024 regarding Edo State elections? And also, next year, we are looking at Federal House of Representatives, Senate and Federal House of Rep. How are we going to choose our candidates? Many people today, let us not be deceived, many people today are kind of attaching their influence on party lines, forgetting that it's not just about your party. What do these state actors and non-state actors, what do they have to present to change the narrative of Edo State? So we're not just looking at 2024. We're looking at the presidential election is coming. Do not forget, Federal House of Rep and Senate, Edo State and people I'm talking to now, it's also coming up. With all these games being played, you have been used as pawns. You have been intimidated. The future is what we should be looking at now. What have you learned? What changes are you going to make? How are you going to choose your candidate? Are you going to choose your candidate because he's your brother? Or because he comes from a local government? Or because he gave you a PA? What's the name of this job that they give now that is so common, a PA? Or is it because I belong to APC or PDP? Let it be known, please. For me, this is what I will see in the future. You can vote for any other party, but don't vote for APC or PDP. And because Edo State is known for setting the pace. Let us set this pace. Let us change this pace. That Senate, Federal House of Rep, vote for another person. Do not vote for APC or PDP. Do not vote for APC or PDP. It will be very difficult. I know I'm just talking, but those people are going because they have enveloped the system too much. Everybody, APC and PDP, they are Siamese twins. I've said it before. One body and two heads. They are birds of the same feather. Either way, all these shenanigans happening with APC, Philly Shaibu, Governor Obaseki, Danobi, at the end of the day, it's for their own personal aggrandizement. It's not for the sake of Edo people. So that is why I said I'm looking at the future. Futuristically, what have you learned and what changes are you going to make now? Knowing this new information, as well as many other information that would come. All these things happening, I am not surprised. And I know some of you are not surprised because this is the face of politics in Nigeria. It's not just streamlined to Edo State. This is the face of politics in Nigeria. The man at Bodilon will sit down in Bodilon Avenue in Ikoyi there and make decisions for people of Lagos and other Western states. It's done in his living room there. Monies are changed. Deals are made. It's not about the people anymore. So that's why when they get there, they are very vicious. So Edo State, now what we are seeing now is how politics is being played in Nigeria. But that is not how politics should be played. And that is why most of them now, Peter Obi has made them go back to their drawing board and start to read. Most of them, they don't know how to even make arguments. We're talking about economic policies. We're talking about industrialization or how you can improve the quality of life of the people. They're not going, because Peter Obi is dragging them out to say politics is not argued by I'm the one that changed Lagos. I'm the one that changed Ikoyi. How did you change Ikoyi? Show me the roadmap of how you changed Ikoyi. What is the quality of life of the people in Ikoyi now? Are they more agberos than ever? Are they more street urchins than ever? What about the primary health care? What about electricity? They're not arguing in those because they have nothing to offer, because the deal they made to get to that position was not based on all these economic policies. It was based on personal aggrandizement. So let us think about the future. As for LP new DG, Oshutokun, is a good development. It's a good development. I mean, it shows that the Labour Party, they're ready to work. It's not a case of where you wait another 6 months before you put somebody in a position. Things need to be done. We have to get the ball rolling, So it's a step in the right direction. I pray we don't have any more controversies or any other things surrounding this same man, Oshutokun. Let's just forge ahead and keep speaking about putting Peter the Rock Obi as president. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you so much. All right, then let me quickly move to Mr. Collins. Talk to us your final submission we are doing now. 2 minutes. Okay, Mr. Collins is not even available. Let's move on. BTV Nigeria, thank you very much for the super chat. God bless you. I just seen that right now. Thank you. Everyone that super chatted us today. Thank you. Those of you that have shared. Thank you. Those of you that have liked this video. Thank you. All my wonderful panelists. Thank you. And those of you that have called in, thank you as well. God bless you all. Mr. Shooks, please talk to us, sir. 2 minutes. Okay, Mr. Shooks is not available. I'm just going to move on to the next person. To Nigeria, please use your 2 minutes. Okay, nobody seems to be available. Mr. Tunaja, you are not available as well. Okay, Amo, yes, Corner. Please talk to us.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you for your consistency as always. We appreciate your efforts. And I know that our efforts is certainly not going to be in vain, because this is bigger than all of us. Let's be real here. It's bigger than all of us. We don't know where this movement started from. We can only assume and point fingers, but at the end of the day, we have no idea. We are not even in control, as a matter of fact. So for me, I'm just going to say, let's keep the focus. Let's keep our eye on the ball. Let's keep our focus. Let's remain optimistic. We need our optimism, especially in these times, because it's going to get worse. We have an uphill battle, but will we overcome? Absolutely. We will climb up to that mountain. We will take the flag there and we'll stand there. And all the others that have been sitting on the fence, that are clamoring for all kinds of rubbish, they'll be looking at us from the ground where they sunk this country to. They'll be looking at us from there and we'll be staring down at them. That's so it will be. So if Peter the Rock will be, now he might see for office already. And Ahmed Dati. Those are the two people I see. All the others are irrelevant as far as I'm concerned, because we have a lot of work to do. We need to remain focused and not be distracted by any Lilliputians that are trying to take us off course. So Biko, Peter the Rock will be all the way. And if you have not yet collected your PVC, you have January till January 22nd to do that. Please get your PVC and vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. CBD, please use your 2 minutes round of submission.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Although I'm appealing for 3 minutes because I finished very early the other time. So, I would just like to say something I forgot to mention. You see, it's very sad what happened to that lawyer. Very sad. We hope that justice will be done. And, look, hearing the mother say all those things kind of just shattered my heart. But at the same time, as much as I appreciate the media coverage that it's getting, but you begin to ask yourself, why do they try to sensationalize the case? Maybe because it's surrounding, it has something to do with the police. you know, because obviously we know all over the world there's this thing, perception about police, and so it's kind of a populist kind of a media, whatever. Because my point is, we know all over the country, not just in the east, in the north, everywhere, tens of people, if not hundreds, are losing their life on a daily basis. And these people are there, they'll just do 30-second, even sometimes they don't even talk about it at all. So, what is all, you know, so as much as they are doing this, they should do this, which is good, and I appreciate, and I am happy, but they should also make the world see what is happening in Nigeria, see how people are losing their life on a daily basis across the country, you know. So, like I said, this, what was it called? All these politicians, all these people, I wouldn't say too much about though, to be honest, because at least I think I will leave it for people that understand the Edo politics and all that. But it's just the same thing everywhere. Sometimes, you know, all these people just playing games. We have the tribe of the elites, or the tribe of the oppressed, and the tribe of the oppressors. So all these tribal thing, people should just keep it aside and focus on bringing Peter Obi on board. Because I'm telling you, once there's a good leadership, I saw the guy talking, a guy from Dubai, you know, comparing Nigeria with Dubai, talking about how the only thing that they have more than Nigeria is good leadership. And Nigeria is even more wealthy, you know, as of then. But obviously now we know that Dubai has managed their resources well, and a very large part of the world's wealth is in Dubai, or in the in the UAE. So we just need good leadership. So we have to keep, you know, pushing, and I hope, I believe also that the time for change has come. Thank you.
Yes, the time of change has come, and I believe so much in that as well. Thank you, Mr. CBD. Okay,
I'm
Mr.
here. I'm here. I just joined Mr. Ninja Watch.
Yes, I know. You are going to be the last person. Okay,
Okay.
Mr. CM, please talk to us, sir.
Thank you. On the first, let me start with Akio Shuntoku, the new Director General of Labour Party Presidential Organization also. I think I've read quite a lot about him. He writes profusely on, he's a journalist and a political commentator. He's been in power with Obasanjo as one of his political advisors, and then later former Director General News Agency of Nigeria and something. And then I like his analysis because he's always objective. He's not somebody given to too many words if you see him speak, or if you listen to him speak, but he makes a lot of sense. And he's like, from what I've heard about him, he came from the Rivia de Oshuntoku family in Ekiti. I think somewhere, and I don't know the part of Ekiti, but Okemesi of Ekiti. So he always is always careful about protecting the good name of the family in terms of putting his hand in being corrupt or all those things. I remember him saying that his father was one of the ministers on the action group during Awolowo's time. That when they toppled, when they probed Awolowo's government, his father was, it's just like the father became the P2B of the area in terms of not found wanting in anything. They said he didn't even touch any shishi. So the guy is always saying it about himself, and he has that background. Probably he's fitted for the job so that nobody can look at him and say, look, oh, this man is this. So to that extent, I commend the Labour Party and the presidential organization. I think he's a good, he's a, he's a good material to be on the forefront talking to people because he has credibility. He can always say it, starting from family background. Then on the big issue, what I will call the big issue because of the big stomach, to be honest with you, this is my first time of seeing people with this size of stomach and seeing them, two of them at the same time. In fact, if they were to be women, one will be expecting them to say you are pregnant with not less than 4 or 5. because that Danobi cannot stand up. You see, this is how they make, they are close to their grave. Already they are more, that's what they call obesity, based on BMI, basal metabolic index, which is a measure of your height compared to your body weight. There's a way they work it out. But if you are above 30, I think this man should be up to 50. If you are, the thing should be between 18 to 24, you are okay, based on your height. But if you are above 30, they say you're obese or all this morbid. This one is super morbid obesity. They can be cured. The only thing you need to tell Danobi is that Danobi, come, I have your money. Just come come on the staircase with me. Let's go upstairs and get it. He will say, no, I will wait here for you, because he can't climb up. If you doubt me, try it with him. This is where the Edo State Treasury is lodged. That stomach we are seeing, to maintain such stomach every day with champagne, with wine, with assorted fish, assorted, all this in pounded yam, and this is what they will eat. All the fat, they will be there, the one that is abroad. Okay, for them to be charging $300,000, they are not charging in Naira, because $300,000, they can decide to put it in a small briefcase and carry it. But the equivalent of $300,000 in Naira, how many Ghana must go? So they are not interested. And this is what they will put at the back pocket and go on holiday. In fact, Edo people, not really Edo, Nigerians, this is exactly what politics is all about. For them to call Autumn from Benue State to come and be the chairman of the committee, they did not trust anybody from Edo State. So Autumn will come get his own share, such that when it happens in Benue State, people from Edo will go there and then say, you see, this is how they play us. Who knows what is happening in Anambra with Chris Oba since PDP? You say it's a figure. That's why P2B left them and all those things. Who knows what is happening in Imo State with Emeki Ihedioha? Who knows what is happening in Abia, Enugu, with this buruburu that doesn't talk, even when they're slaughtering people in a Hamufu? Who knows what made Dave Umar, he left PDP after eating. They went to APC because after they promised him that Buhari is my man, I will hand over to you. You see, this is the game they play, but thank God. When P2B comes, there are certain things they say, body language. The Englishman, they listen to, I think they decode body language. Somebody can correct me anyway. They decode body language much more than what you say or even what you wrote down. Because you might be saying something that is interesting to them, but your body language is telling them that no. So P2B's body language, if he gets into Aso Rock, we have to change a lot of things. First, anybody who wants to vie for any political office can come out and say, look, I don't have shishi to give you. Vote me on my own merit, because P2B was voted on his own merit. So that is a revolution without even saying it. Secondly, people will now say, P2B said, if I'm not taking, I'm not stealing. And you are not taking, you are not taking. My brothers, my sisters, my family, my friends are not taking. You've cut down corruption. Can you imagine if Obaseki will say, look, I'm not interested in any people. So I'm not interested in any shishi. Then Danobi will not have the temerity to be saying, I'm asking for this, so I'm asking for that. That's why when P2B said corruption, if you are not taking you, they know. And that's why everybody will now buckle up. Some of them will now say, look, thank God I'm finishing my second term. When Obi enters, there's a new revolution. Probably I will be out of the country. But those that will be getting in, he might not have the power to say, go and probe a state governor. But from what he's doing and the pronouncement, we make the people to say, look, governor, we are pointing at you. So Edo State is a case in point. The resources of Edo State is in two stomach for now. That is the way I see it. Those two people sitting down there, and look at Danobi sitting. He can't sit like a man anymore. In fact, if he stands up, I don't know who is listening. He cannot see what makes him his manhood. That is, and if a man can stand up, you can only see your manhood only through a reflection through a mirror. Oh boy, you are closer to grave than you may think, because this is obesity. The heartbeat,
they are eating innocent people's money now.
That's what we are saying. So you can't use your money. Innocent in Newi is a billionaire. working hard for his money, paying salary. He can't be this fat now because every month he knows that within 2 weeks now, look at in the next 2 weeks, I will pay salary. Hey, by December now, we pay salary. By January. So he won't have time to. But these are the people stealing people government money, just like a mother having 40 houses all over the world. If Innocent might not have all those houses to go and buy because he has people to pay, he has salaries to pay, he has everything. You'll be thinking, sleeping and dreaming of where can I get money to pay this stuff? Let me not lay them off. But Ekweremadu will be in office and be stealing money, parking some in Dubai, 9 houses, 15 in Enugu, 10 in Enugu, 15 in Abuja, making 25, 9 in Dubai, making 34, 3 in Lagos, making 37. 2 in one in Lagos, 3 in US, 2 in UK, total 40. Can you imagine this type of something? So this Dan Orbih should be examined very well. First of all, he's sick. Then let them vomit all the money they've taken because it won't stop here. And this is exactly what our politicians are doing. In fact, I weep for Nigeria. Can you imagine a man now? Dan Orbih cannot walk. The way I'm looking at him, he cannot quickly, if there's a danger, say snake, enter that place now, make people run away. He can't. Snake go bite him because he can't be able to get up and then run out through. It's true. Because he's obese and I don't know why they are looking every time they are eating because they don't do anything. Charging people $300,000 for what? For people's vote so that you can rig in, they share positions even with before you vote. They are taking us for a ride, but thank God P2B is coming. All these things must change. So when you look at what Dan Orbih and the colleague are doing in Edo, use it to know why somebody saying Igbo elites are against P2B. Because P2B is not interested in things like this. And this is what takes place in all of Southeast. So P2B is not interested. So they have to gang up against him and then say, look, Igbo presidency should be maybe in the next 10 years. Because it is not them that came out. If Dave Umahi had come out from APC, after they would have said, I told you people, now this is the man now we have to vote for. If maybe PDP has succeeded in bringing one old brigade, this is what they will be talking. So this is exactly the game they are playing. But thank God the people are now wise. The fact that Labour Party will get into power without spending shishi, without buying people through the vote, that will say a lot. So anybody can now come and tell you, look, I don't have shishi, vote for me. P2B is there at the Aso Rock, and he will make things easy. Next year, immediately he gets sworn in, people in the diaspora will now vote. Any part of the world you are free now to vote, whether local, any election, if you want to participate. So that is also another revolution coming. Things will be taken care of, but I don't know whether the likes of Dan Orbih will survive this because the health, I'm looking at it from the health wise, the man is really, I didn't know the man is like this. I only keep hearing about his name, but looking at him, man, this man, I don't know when he's likely to die, but given his state of health, he had better check it. He can drop dead anytime. Hypertension, atherosclerosis, stroke. So all these things are the comorbidities, they call it, and then these are the risks associated with being morbidly obese with people of it. Thank you. Let me stop.
Let me hear from Chief Daddy. Good evening to you. Please talk to us briefly.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening, panelists and our viewers. Anyway, I joined late, but I'm looking at the topic now, and seems like a coincidence to me because I was reflecting on this yesterday. And I was, in my view, now I'm trying to do an analysis, which I hope to publish in the dailies, on why I think P2B will be the biggest winner, even though he might not emerge the president of Nigeria. And I was thinking about, the Soludos, the Otto Enze's, and the Southeast political elites. Why are they not providing that support? So coincidentally, you just reflected it as part of your topic. Otto Eze picking Soludo over P2B. Soludo wants to be president, definitely. And his best chances after his second tenure as governor of Anambra, and a P2B becoming the limelight the shining star, the new Nnamdi Azikiwe for the Southeast, dims his opportunities, right? And whatever P2B will represent makes it much difficult for Soludo to emerge as that shining or golden boy. Because currently that's who P2B is. He's the golden boy of the Southeast. So I reflected on it, trying to do the analysis. I hope maybe in due course I'll be able to share more, maybe close to the election or after the election. Now to my condolences to Bolanle Rahim, the family of Bolanle Rahim. I hope they recover from what has happened, and the government should be able to try to provide some form of assistance and a makeshift so that the family is not affected so much by their loss. I think my brother in Bidia, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name properly, was asking why are they sensationalizing this issue. It's political, it's election period, and I agree that it should be sensationalized so that those who are vying for power can use this as an opportunity to draft out changes and reforms that they think they can implement for law enforcement officers in the country, which is, I think, it's about that time. And to Sister Rita, my Madam Rita, who was talking about politics. Politics is about interest, power and interest. It's not, the politics we play in Nigeria is not different from the politics being played in the Western world. The only difference is that Nigeria apparently is, a country where our growth is not as extensive as that of the Western world. The Western world has been privileged enough to have sustainable democracy for over 200 years. They've also, built their economy on the backs of other countries through colonization, slavery, and the rest. So that sustainability is there, but the corruption is there. I don't know, Madam Rita, I think you're in Canada. You should be aware of Trudeau's corrupt issues with, I'm forgetting this company. I'll remember, and probably maybe one my turn, I'll just try to research and check. And also with Biden and his son, who was shopping around with his father's name. And then you want to talk about Trump, the previous US president, and his family selling his name all around. And then it's the same game. It's interest and power play. It's the game. Unfortunately, because we have not gotten to that economic growth whereby majority of our citizens or residents are fully employed, gainfully employed, and regardless of the corrupt situation going on, it does not affect the everyday man. So, but that's the problem. If our leaders are innovative enough, strategic enough, and be responsive enough to bring economic growth that our country truly deserves as the giant of Africa. Why the corruption is going on, we might be upset, but within our own small unit, family unit, we can still take care of ourselves. We have good health care, we have good infrastructure, we have good paying jobs, or those who are in business is thriving, and we're taking good care of ourselves. So in terms of, I've studied politics, and I can tell you, name any country, I will tell you, this is the corruption going on there. Even China, we can say we can go there. So, but if my other analysis would say corruption does not impair the economic growth. It could slow it down, but it shouldn't impair it to the point where it relates to, poverty, unemployment, and which goes as a subset, high rate of crime. So we're hoping to get in this election a more responsive government that would own up to its responsibility and live up to that responsibility to do what they are supposed to do. But thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me quickly move on now to I have Midwest people here. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Although it's late, you can still use 2 minutes. Talk to us.
Good evening. So I was so busy for the day. I greet everybody, the listeners and viewers worldwide.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you have so many topics there, but I don't know exactly which one you are.
All right, you can talk. Did you are you aware of the confession that is going on with Dan Orbih at the moment?
So I can just go to that one. So
yes, talk on that.
The thing is that these people they are fighting for their cause. But however, we are all Nigerians. We understand the game. And also we are human beings. We understand the game of an agreement also. Even thief that want to go and steal, they still have some levels of agreement of sharing. We understand that. But when they agree and they don't fulfill it, I think there is tendency for them to, start quarreling. In this case, Dan Orbih also, want to throw light into the nature of the persons of Obaseki. Obaseki is a skillful deceiver, a manipulator. For me, I think he's even, sorry to use this word, he's not different from Satan. Because the Satan himself was able to deceive more than 1/3 of the angels that were serving God Almighty according to the Bible. He used deceit. Today in Benin, 80-something chiefs were deceived to start signing documents with the pretense of we will support you to grow as a chief, we will be financing you, we will also be sending some direct money, but they have to sign some document. With some of them, they were not aware, but some were aware also, to tell you the level the guy has gone. So it's not a new thing. For me, I strongly believe Dan Orbih that there was an agreement for some money. And definitely we know the circumstance that behind is that time, during that period when he was trying to change from APC to that PDP, it wasn't easy. It was at the die minute. So definitely those guys that were online, they can't just step down empty-handed because they have spent money for campaign and they must like to get their money back. Only for him to deceive all of them, even the Shaibu, play around them. Currently, internally, people said they are not in line, So I believe it. But I believe God Almighty will continue to expose him and he will continue to disgrace him because this guy, everything about him is deception. There's no truth in him. He's very arrogant. He's very wicked. And he's deceiving Edo people, trying to cajole them. With all this media, we have been telling people, we understand that a lot of people understand that we are telling them the fact that this guy is just there to see how he can deceive the people. So he's a complete liar. And that's why we don't need this kind of people. The other day, you saw the way the Obi was coming to Benin, how he told him, no, don't use the airport. Even he was not able to prepare a place for them, but the people rise up and say, our street is enough for us. And they use the street, and it was so fantastic. That is how God is going to disgrace Obaseki. The end shall tell about this man. I've never seen a leader that has ever divided Edo people that has in the history of that state that has succeeded in dividing our people to this nature. He even want to create a crisis atmosphere just for nothing. What is he fighting for? A man that was so wicked to draft a constitution to give Edo State 20% land to people that you don't even know their identity. Imagine, if not for those few of our brothers from that Edo Central who raised their land, we wouldn't have known. He have signed his own part. He was waiting for his kangaroo 10-member or 7-member of parliament there to sign it for him, and that's why it become a law. Then these people, we knew them very well. Even the federal government can no longer control them. We are not saying all of them is bad, but within their midst, there are murderers, there are killers, and it has been confirmed. But you want to bring them to your people while others are trying to restrict their movement. That's to show you this guy never had love, single dot of love for Edo State people. Many Fulani have died. And many these Fulani bandit cattle raiders have killed so many people in Edo State. Obaseki has never paid one single visit to any family. It's to tell you the kind of feeling. Since he got this second term, he has never been to any village. He doesn't care. The local government money is in his purse. So for Dan Orbih, I know they are all like, we can put them to like, they are not politically honest as a people, but what is leading to this, complaining and talking is based on agreement.
Okay.
And because of his nature, he deceived all of them and he disappointed them. At the same time, he has disappointed the whole Edo State people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you.
will also tell my people, Nigerians should not miss this opportunity. God have a way of doing things. The way God has miraculously lifted Peter Obi from nowhere to this stage, God will finish his work. Nigeria should rally up behind him. That is the only hope we have, and you should not miss it. And that is my word for every Nigerian that is listening to my voice. And my brothers in the eastern part of Nigeria, support your brother with every possible things you can use to support him and make him to succeed in this election. Stop your violent attitude is not going to help your people. You are harming people that you are pretending to be protecting. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, thank you very much. Everybody have contributed today. I want to appreciate you all for your time with us. God bless you all. We have another broadcast right now. Our King Orbih of Benin is celebrating right now, so I would like us to follow up on that in Edo. As you know, this is the time of celebration of our traditions, so we don't joke with our traditions. So we're starting another one straight away. This one is for the Edo people, but if you want to join us, why not? To know what our tradition is all about.
Niger Watch, I had wanted Chief Daddy, just one question based on what he said to briefly explain, okay, please.
Ask him then.
Chief,
yeah.
I hope, Chief Daddy, I know you've done your permutation. Hopefully, you said Obi might be the biggest winner, even if he may not get in. What I'm trying, my question is, did you sort of think there may be a consequence if Obi, given the popularity, the way people are following him, do you think there may be a consequence of INEC playing whatever game and not getting Obi in, or by any means Obi is rigged out? Do you think there may be a consequence?
Unfortunately, right?
Please let this be swift. We are rounding up in 2 minutes.
It's going to be swift. Unfortunately, let's be very realistic. Rigging is still part of the political game in elections, right? So in every game, there must be a winner and there must be a loser. You're right with your opinion to say there may be a conspiracy, collaboration with REC, regional electoral coordinator of the INEC, to support a particular candidate. It happens in Nigerian politics and elections. It also happened mostly everywhere in the world too. So rigging is part of the game in every political cycle, election cycle. So I'm not going to rule that out. Obi is popular, yes, you can't discount him. The other two candidates too are also popular. But Obi popularity is growing, and that's why the steady attacks are coming. And I foresee another attack in January coming in again to further diminish or distract their strategy or objectives, or to make them, confused about what to do. There've been a series of attacks, as rightly in the topic. A new DG just came in, which you're right. You said he's an aide to Obasanjo.
Will there be a consequence? That's the consequence because of that. Because that is why I'm fearing.
If you say consequence, what kind of, when
yes, the people uprising that may even bring down Nigeria.
I doubt it. The last time NSAS, you understand what happened. NSAS was an opportunity for young Nigerians to take power.
That's okay. Fair enough. It's okay. I've understood what I've said.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. But I disagree with you anyway. But that's your opinion. Right. That's okay.
Thank you, CM. Thank you, Emeka. Thank you so much. They're already saying on the comment section, I suspect this to be Emeka. Now, Emeka.
No, yeah, this is Emeka, please. Sorry.
Emeka,
I'm not using my laptop. So,
Martina Abasi, I suspected this to be Emeka. Emeka.
No, it's Emeka. So, for those who are.
You now, na chief daddy. They don't give a title for. What is it? Don't give a title. What is it?
It's okay. It's okay. No problem.
Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us today. And God bless all of you now. We're going to be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for a newspaper review. Remember to join us, please. And tomorrow, 5 p.m., we're going to be here again, doing it all over again. We are going to be doing this till the day of election. Every blessed day, we are here. We're not going to get tired by God's grace. With your encouragement, the way you guys are pushing us, of course, we're not going to get tired. I appreciate every one of you today, all my panelists. Thank you very much for the education. And God bless all of you now. All our commenters, our callers, our sharers, those that like our videos, and our super chatters. Thank you. Now God bless all of you now. Thank you, my people. I will say, everybody, have a good night. Now we'll join the curtain because we are going live straight away. Posted the link right there on the comment section for the Edo people. Our king is celebrating. So join us and let's do this together. Take care, my people, and bye for now.